So the next thing that we're going to talk about is adding media elements to your web page. So a media element is an item that is not a picture or text, but it contains something else, something usually animated or moving or from a different source than the website itself. So the way that we're going to do that is by using an iframe. But before I move on to that, I first want to discuss with you a couple of different kinds of elements that we could have. So one option would be to be adding a GIF or a GIF. So a GIF or a GIF is a graphic interchange format item. What that really means is that it's a collection of images that are being displayed in a sequence. And when it does that, it looks like it's animated or a video. The other things we could add to our website would be a video. So the video could come from YouTube. It could come from any kind of website that has the ability to embed their videos onto a different website. It could also be even just a tweet or a post from a different website. It doesn't have to be a video. It's still a media element, and we can still put it into our web page if the website we're grabbing it from has that kind of functionality. So we're going to go ahead and add a video to the web page that we were looking at before for Benji. We're going to just add a sample video just to show us how we're going to do that. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to put it right below the header and inside the div for info. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. There's no real reason for me wanting to put it here. It'll just be easier for us to see when the page reloads. So the first thing we're going to do is going to add the iframe. So iframe stands for inline frame. So it's a frame that we're putting inside of the content. Now we have to remember to close it. Okay, so now we have a box here. That's where our content is going to go. But next, we have to tell the iframe where we're getting our content from. So we're going to add a source, and we're going to paste the URL for the content right in there. So our content's from YouTube. We're going to go ahead and put that there. And there we go. Now we have a video here. So there's a couple other things that we can do here. The iframe has some attributes that we can use to change up how this is being displayed for the user. So the first thing we can do is get rid of the border that's around the video. So we can do that by saying frame border equals 0. This tells the iframe we don't want the border, we just want the content there. Cool. Another thing we could add is autoplay. And we can do that by saying allow equals, and then we can say autoplay. And what that can do is allow the video to start playing automatically when you access the web page. But I don't really want to keep that. So let's look at some other things we can add. We can add encrypted media, which is just a security feature. If we wanted to have both at the same time, we could put a semicolon and autoplay. Now both will be activated at the same time. Great, so we've learned some different things about the iframe. I think that's enough for now, but it's worth noting that the video that we've put here doesn't really have much to do with Benji. So maybe instead of having just any video, we should have an Instagram post. So we can do that by changing the source to the Instagram URL, which I have here. Whoa, whoops. Okay, there we go. And now we have a video or image of Benji, but actually it's a little too small. I can't really see him. So maybe we need to work on the width and the height. So we can change the width with an attribute. So we can go width. And I want it really big. Oh, 700 pixels. Wow, nice and big. All right, we need him to be a little bit taller as well. So let's go with the height, and let's change it to 800 pixels. There we go. Nice and big. So now we have a video coming in from Instagram. So there's a lot of different websites that allow you to embed things with an iframe. And you may want to do that if you don't want to host your own video, if it's too large, or if you want to use content that links to another area. So if you look here, if you click on the ID here, then people can look at the entire Instagram page and maybe see more pictures of Benji if they're interested. So now you've learned how to add an iframe. You've learned it could be a video, it could be an Instagram post, it could kind of really be anything that allows you to embed items. One more thing I want to show you, and first I'm going to make this a bit smaller so we can see better, is that you can actually style these things on top of the items you can edit in line here. So let's go ahead and add an ID. Instagram. Cool. And then in our CSS, we can do some styling. Maybe we just add a background color. It seems like maybe our iframe doesn't have any content around it, so maybe we need to add some padding so we can see that. There we go. Now we can see the background color that we've changed. So there's a lot of things you can do to change the styling, and iframes are also able to be styled themselves. And you can really be creative with these things and make the website look the way that you want it to. All right, so I'll invite you to go back to the website and move forward onto the next challenge, and I'll see you in the next video.